A great honor and a privilege to introduce Michael Urich. We're here in your beautiful home in Bnei Brak in Israel. And Michael, if you could tell us about where you were born and a bit about your parents.
I born in Tarnopol, very nice state, in 9/8/34, and we live after I born in Warsaw, because my parents wanted to have work. My mother was apotheker and my father was engineer, and I live until the war in Warsaw.
And you went to a Jewish school?
I did not begin school, only garden, children garden, not more. I was 5 years before the school.
And do you remember when the Germans invaded?
Of course I remember. We go from that first time to live in ghetto. After my parents see that ghetto is not go too good, all killed, all dead, all sick, my parents take me out from the ghetto to a good friend from family. And I live until from 42 until 44. Mrs. Helena Stachowicz, I met she Hasidat Olam.
She was a Rightous Gentile, a non-Jewish woman.
No. An old woman, and he take me to give me food and clothes and sleep all. And 2 years.
And she was not Jewish.
Not Jewish.
And how did your parents know her?
My father is dead in 20 November 43 near Lublin, a partisan. My mother, I don't know until today what happened.
And Michael, can I ask, how did your parents know this non-Jewish lady?
I believe it is a good friend. So I believe.
And
I make she a Hasidat Olam, Hasidat Umot Olam in Yad Vashem.
She was made righteous amongst the nations in Yad Vashem. And did she?
And I have a contact for her daughter until today.
And is her daughter younger than you, or?
The daughter is in my ear.
And you were hiding together with the daughter?
Yeah, until I speak every month a few words.
Wow.
And I was to see she in Warsaw.
And can I ask, what do you remember of the home? Were they very poor? Was it difficult?
Look, but the war began in 39. I was 5 years, and 2 years in the ghetto. And after the ghetto, by Mrs. Helena Stachowicz, the name. And after, take the Helena Stachowicz to Buchenwald. And I was a child from Helena Stachowicz. We was together in Buchenwald.
Who took her to Buchenwald?
From August 44, 11:45.
Who took her to Buchenwald? Why did she go to Buchenwald?
Because it is a story, the Poland killed German soldiers. Take all the place to the Buchenwald. Not Jewish, not those Jewish more in Warsaw, in 44.
And
43 finished the ghetto, Warsaw. Not more Jewish.
They sent to Treblinka,
Treblinka, Auschwitz, all.
Majdanek. Yeah.
And we go, I and Mrs. Helena, we go to Buchenwald. And I sit in Buchenwald the first 1 year together. And she is going to working, and I go to play. It was Kinder
camp. And Michael, did anybody know that you were Jewish when you were in Buchenwald?
Never, not now. If now, I am not here.
And when she was hiding you, nobody suspected that the neighbors, didn't they ask, where does this boy come from? Or
Not questions.
and nobody went to
I
inform?
know that I am a Jewish, that's all. In 45, finished the German, coming the U.S. Army. He tell me, Mrs. Helena Stochovich, what you want to make? You want to go with me back to Poland, or you go to the Jewish? I tell, see, I don't know, it is coming, Rabbi Yaakov Avigdor, Dr. Yaakov Avigdor, Rav Dr. Yaakov Avigdor, chief rabbi from Mexico. You heard about him?
I've heard,
Yeah.
yes. He was, he came to the camps, he came to...
She was together with us in Buchenwald, because he is a captain from Polish army. One day after it is finished the war, he go to the look, Jewish children, want to find me, and I tell him that I am a Jewish, and he tell to the missus, what you want? Do you want to give me, or you want to take him?
And what did she say?
It is a problem. No, look, she helped me every time. She give me to eat, and I go to one, to not family. I go one. It's a problem, a large problem.
It's a massive problem.
Yeah, it's a large problem.
Because she was like your mother. She was...
So my mother, I was 10 years old. That's all. It was very hard problem. And I go to Israel. The first step was into Switzerland, 1 year, from 45 to 36. And after finished Switzerland a little more, I was 24 kilo.
Wow.
10 years. 10 kilo less, that's the normal. And after I go to Israel, I begin in Ponivich, in Bate Avot, the name is.
And Michael, can I ask, this lady, was she married? Did she have
Of course.
And how was her husband? Was her husband...
Killed in Buchenwald.
He was killed.
Yeah.
Was he nice to you as well? Did he treat you well? Was it when you were there, he was good to you?
I was, and the husband was, and she.
And
Killed.
and the daughter? What happened?
The daughter what knows? No.
Was she in Buchenwald as well?
No. She was in another place, because he not take all the Warsaw to Buchenwald. He take only Schuna.
Like a suburb?
No. She and the husband and I was in this place what killed a military from German. 10,000 people, Pol, all to Buchenwald.
And how was the conditions in Buchenwald? Did they give you food to eat, or were you very hungry?
1 piece bread and potato and water. It is for the Goyim, not for the Jewish.
Yeah, this
Jewish,
was for the non-Jews.
Yeah. That's what. When she is going to working in a factory from air, Vironim.
From the aeroplanes.
Yeah. For the Germany. Yeah. Near Buchenwald, it was factories.
And did you know what was going on in Buchenwald? Were there other prisoners, or were there any other children there in Buchenwald?
Everyone was alone. I was with Rav Lau, together in the same place. Rav Lau.
With Rabbi Lau?
Rabbi Lau. Not play. After we play. After finished. Here I give you a picture from Buchenwald. Okay. It is interesting to see you.
Very interesting.
You see, this is a picture from all what is coming to.
This is the 65th anniversary of the liberation of Buchenwald concentration camp.
Yeah.
In 2010. Wow. And where are you in the picture?
Ah, it is very small.
Okay. And Rabbi Lau's in the picture as well?
No, he never coming.
He
Not
didn't
sleep
come.
in Germany. Never sleep.
You never slept in Germany?
Step, yes, not sleep.
Not sleep, wow.
Never. Yes, another year also. Year one, another year.
This is a reunion of...
It is near hotel.
Wow. And there's somebody who even wore the clothes from...
This is the closest, yeah. It's not all Jewish. It is also Pole.
Also Poles.
Yeah.
And the other one, I'll just turn back here. Wow. I'll just 1 second. Wow, this is unbelievable.
This here no go. Here, another picture. You see?
This is the
Every year make a picture.
Young People Center. Wow. And Michael, was it very difficult to go back to Buchenwald?
Ah, no. Yeah, make Mashige. You remember all. Look, it is not so good. No, we make it from the not forget.
Never to forget.
Never to forget. If we don't go, forget.
You forget. And Nick, if I just want to ask you, Michael, because it's unbelievable, when they asked you, do you want to come with the Jewish, or do you want to stay with the lady that was so good to you and kept you? And you, it must have been one of the hardest decisions for you to make. You're only 10 years old. What made you decide to leave her? Wow.
It is not to understand. Leave. I have a woman what helped me 2 years and a half here in Buchenwald, and I go bye to another that I don't know where is he. From this coming, where I go.
Wow. And she risked her life. If she would have been caught, her and her husband and the daughter could have been killed for hiding somebody Jewish. They would have been killed.
Were killed. My parents?
No, the woman that hid you, she took a very big sacrifice by doing that. Tremendous sacrifice.
Woman. I make the Hasidat Umot HaOlam.
Wow. And
here, from Yad Vashem, a tree.
And when did you make it? What year?
10 years ago.
And did the daughter come?
The daughter not coming, not the ambassador in Warsaw gives the paper.
The paper, wow.
Yeah.
And then how did you keep the connection with all these years?
It's a story. Can you see here?
Just a little bit.
It is a story. You know, it was communist.
Yeah.
The letter arrived 1 year later. Maybe 1 year takes. Yeah, it's a story, the connection.
And when you saw her again,
Did
you see her again after the war?
The daughter, yes.
And the mother, did you manage to see?
No, she dead. 87 years old. In year 55, 50, 60, so.
But you couldn't go because it was communist. And you met with the daughter?
The daughter I go 10 years ago to meet she. Yeah.
And she's living in Poland?
Yeah, in Warsaw.
And how was the meeting? Was it very...
Yeah, it was very interesting. We're in contact all the time. Maybe 25 years we're in contact after the mother is dead.
Wow. And Michael, can I just ask...
You want to drink?
No. Can I ask, how did you find out about your parents? How did you get to know what happened?
I make a חיפוש
A search.
Yeah, all the time when I go to all the ambassadors to look if I have a family. I have never a family. Only one cousin. That's all. We was 183 from family. Grandfather, grandmothers, aunt, nothing. All go.
And where's your cousin? Is he still
In Basel, in Switzerland.
and he's living?
Yeah?
And you have a connection?
Yeah, we speak every week, every 2 weeks. Today, not a problem, you know.
Today it's easy, yeah.
Today, it's not before 100 years ago. Oh, what's up? You contact, not money.
So, Michael, can I just ask, your story it's something unbelievable that you, and when you went back to Warsaw, do you know where the home you came from? Is the house still? Do you know where you were living before, or do you have?
I was in the house. I got not to my apartment.
No.
Not go because I afraid that nothing see and the box.
And when did you decide to write? I just want you to show the book. When did you decide to write the book?
What?
When did you write this book? Your book called Half Full Cup. How many?
Full cup.
How many years ago did you write it?
10 years ago, I make
10 years ago.
in 4 languages: Italy, Germany, Hebrew, and English. English I make 2. It is a Oxford.
reprint.
It is good. Now it's in Harvard to look if I hear it's all right.
Wow. And Michael, can I just ask you? Every year you would go back to Buchenwald every year?
Not problem. I speak for the children what I in Hebrew, and I have anything to make this to German, original German. This story that my speak about all the world is Yeled Bashoah.
The child in the Shoah, in the Holocaust.
What is the problems? I tell my telling is every time to all the peoples there what was in ghetto in the camps never finish the Shoah. I not have 75, 76 after the Shoah. No, I live now. This is my motto.
And your motto is also must probably never forget.
Yeah.
Never forget.
You live the Shoah now, today. So was 75 years ago. This is my motto for all the world. It is not after, not after. It is now.
No. And Michael, which countries do you speak in? Do you go in Germany and you speak in
Germany, in Switzerland, in Italy, in I don't know, United States.
And you speak to Jewish and non-Jewish?
All for me is the same. All.
And to schools or to
Schools also. Schools, but Knesset, synagogues, and camps. All the places where what give me, I not take money first. Only take me from here and give me back. That's all. I not need money from the Shoah. Not make money from the Shoah.
For sure.
The book was the price what I make. It is, you know, it is not only this. 25,000 shekel.
Wow.
Yeah. You must write, and after look it is good. But after give to the printed. All it is 25,000 to make 200 books.
Wow.
Yeah. And I believe that help other peoples to remember. It was a Shoah, because you know, Tisha B'Av, 2,000 years. Shoah, if you go to the school, they don't know what is Shoah. Believe me what I tell you.
Wait, here, even in Israel?
In Israel. Talmud Torah or another source, don't know what is Shoah. Historic.
People think, and as the years get on more, and there's less survivors, it's going to get even less.
I tell with the minister, I tell him 1 hour in 1 month, give Shoah. 1 hour in 30 days, so what? Nothing. Tisha B'Av, 2,000 years, all remember. The Shoah, 175 years, 50% not remember it was so. Yeah.
And Michael, can I just ask, when you give the talks, has it always been very positive, the reaction? Do people ask you a lot of questions?
Of course, questions, of course. Every time. Yeah, the picture give me one from the... It was the last year, you see this.
How do people give the pictures?
Yeah.
Wow, they give you... So this is what they give you...
A present, after I finished. It was in Rome.
Wow, this is one of the... Wow. And who is in the picture?
This is my grandchildren.
Wonderful.
Advocate.
Wow. And Michael, how did you know?
On this also, this plate, also, for another school.
They gave it to you. Wow. Michael, can I ask, how did you know that you had a relative? In Basel, how did you...
Oh yeah, you must look in the book. It's a story. Here Savta and my Savta was sisters.
His grandmother and your grandmother?
Yeah. From year 1050, I go to find family, not find nothing. I made DNA also.
Wow.
Not. Only one.
Only
That's
one.
all. In my family now.
So I just want to ask you, when you speak to your children and your grandchildren, what message do you
I speak here in schools also.
In Israel in schools? And do you take, when people go on Shorashim trips, do you go with some of the trips as well?
It is to remember this time what I speak.
Yeah.
Half hour after, nothing. I speak in a full schools here.
Wow.
I go every time.
Wow.
No once. Take me from here and give me back.
And Michael, can I just ask, did you ever ask the lady, when she was hiding you, did you ask her why did she do it? Because it was a tremendous sacrifice what she did. The non-Jewish woman that hid you,
Mrs. Helena.
Mrs. Helena, did you feel...
She gave me information. Look, you can stay with me and you go to your Jewish, where you want to go.
But she was willing for you to come back with her?
She wanted, because she was a high woman. He understands that I want to go to my...
Wow.
You have all in the book.
And you came here and then you went straight to Bnei Brak?
The first steps was in Israel, Haifa, after Haifa to Ponevezh, 46. In year 46.
You were in Ponevezh?
Ponevezh, direct to Ponevezh. It was institution from children all from the Shoah. And after I go to the school 4 years, after I go Yeshiva Ktane, I got 1951, I go to Ponevich, great Ponevich.
To the yeshiva.
Yeshiva.
And you knew Rav Kahneman very well.
Of course, I sleep in your house.
You slept in Rav
1
Kahneman's
year
house?
before he married, next.
Really?
Yeah.
So I just wondered if you could show us the picture, because it's a magnificent picture, this. This is with you and in what year was this picture? Do you remember the year?
Remember the year? 1950, not later. Here, this is a secretary from Ponevich. This is the friends from.
And Michael, if you could show in the picture where you are.
Here.
So you are in a uniform.
Yeah, it was Purim.
And who did you get smicha from? Smicha? Who gave you smicha?
Smicha? It is before I married.
Which Rav gave you
Hop
smicha?
Smicha, Arav Shach, Arav Rozovsky, Arav Powarski. 3 Rosh Yeshivas.
Wow.
You see inside.
And inside here, do you have a picture of the lady, the righteous Gentile?
She is inside also, must be.
And there's a picture of her?
My picture also here. Here, my picture is here. It was, so I remember. I must take it. It's not really because I make a cataract. Yeah, my mother picture.
Wow, let's have a look. How did you find this picture?
A friend from my mother lived together here in Tel Aviv.
And that was your mother?
Before 55 years.
Is that the only picture you have of your mother?
Mm-hmm. Only picture was
the
like
only.
that.
And do you have any picture of your father?
No, never find. No friend. There must be, so I remember, because if you tell me before,
Yeah.
I have a picture. I'm not now to find it. No, not inside. No.
But amazing. And she was.
Yeah, very small picture. So
And this over here, this is
this is Tarnopol.
Tarnopol.
This is Matseva from Tarnopol.
So if we can just show, we'll just show the Tarnopol. Wow. So Michael, if I could just ask, when you give your talks all over the world, what is the main message that you give in the talks?
The talks that I give every time is what feel a child now, after he live here or here or in America and another place. Yeah? It is not finished. HaKe'ev.
The pain.
No. Not finished.
Oh, it never ends.
Where it was in Buchenwald or in another place, the Auschwitz or another place, yes? Every time feel what was. Every time. From this day until he dead.
And when your children were growing up, you told them about this. Then you told your children about that you were in the Shoah. Because Michael, there are many families that they didn't tell the
Not
children.
speak, I know.
They didn't want to speak. But you did speak. You did
I
tell.
speak.
And are your children
Not too much.
Not too much, because you don't want to traumatize.
Not too much, because I wanted to sleep in the night, not cry.
And have your children gone back with you to Poland?
Grandchildren.
Grandchildren.
Children, yeah, of course. Not to Poland, to Buchenwald.
To Buchenwald, but not to Poland.
To Poland, no.
And have you been back to Poland?
One, enough.
Just once, wow.
One time.
Was it very emotional to go back to Poland?
No, not problem. I take from hotel, I was 4 days. Warsaw and Góra and I was with the Knesset in Krakow. One day. I will go to the Auschwitz with the Knesset.
You went?
Yeah, I was.
You were? It must have been very difficult, very, very difficult to go.
It was 2 planes. And we go to Krakow and to Auschwitz and to go home the same day.
And Michael, can I ask, how is your connection with Rav Lau?
Very good.
Where did you meet him for the first time?
I have a skome in my book. For Rav Lau.
So this is the book. This is the book.
Here, my book of the Torah, you know. Here,
Okay.
Rav Lau. Shruer Meir Lau, please.
Wow. This is Rav Lau.
Rav Lau. And the Biale Rebbe also.
The Biala Rebbe. Sure.
Haskama. This is of Torah.
And you wrote this?
Yeah, so. From first to last. All.
Wow.
The name is Or Shel Michael.
The light from Michael. Wow.
Shel, it is here Urich, 30, and my wife, the name was Shoshana. Shel.
Sure. And this is Tarnopol, a memorial for Tarnopol.
This is go 2,000 books in Italy. You see?
Oh, it's the same book.
The same book, yeah.
And Michal,
Because not I make alone, I make in every
okay.
place. That's all.
can I ask you, Michal, if you could, when did you first meet Rabbi Lau? Where did you first meet Rabbi Lau? Was it in Buchenwald that
Where?
when did you first meet Rabbi
Rav
Lau?
Lau, here. Not in Buchenwald. Buchenwald, everyone not speaking in the other. Nothing.
Nothing, sure.
We good friends. If he make a simcha, I go. Yeah, very good. Never speak in Buchenwald, nothing. Everyone knows it's a Jewish, not speak.
Not speak. But you know, you've got a picture in the book of the electric fence in Buchenwald. Buchenwald was, I'm just going to show, and there were crematorium.
Yeah,
in Buchenwald.
crematorium stay. Crematorium stay. All nothing.
But the crematorium.
Yeah.
But Buchenwald was not it was a death camp as well. Many people died in Buchenwald.
It was from 33, the camp. From Hitler arrived to Germany, it is Buchenwald, a camp. Yeah.
And when you were in Buchenwald, did you see? You must have seen people dying as well.
Look, I was a child, 9, 8, 10. It is not interesting for me. Interesting for me was to eat anything and to have pecham. איך אומרים פחם? to make hot,
Yeah.
black, so black in the fire. Today is not no more. To make a little hot, 35, 30 in the winter.
It was freezing.
Not closes.
Wow.
Freezing. This make another place, not here in Israel. This I make in Israel.
Wow.
This is.
So I just went to. Wow, Michael, Michael, it's amazing, Michael. It's. Wow. Okay, so Michael, this has really been unbelievable. If you could sit. But I just want to ask you, Michael, when you went the very first time back to Buchenwald, it must have been very emotional for you to go back.
I was in Australia also. I was in New Zealand also. Said I did not go during Germany, never. One time I must to go from Zurich to Denmark. I go with a car. From this time I go every time to Germany is the same.
The same.
Same.
But when you first went to...
The first time was I must go with a car from Zurich to Denmark.
And the first time you went back to Buchenwald, was it very difficult to go back?
I was before, not in November, because I have a הזמנה מיוחדת.
A special invitation.
Okay. The professor from Buchenwald called me to see me. And my wife, we was together in Weimar, in Buchenwald. It is not Remember Day. Before Remember Day.
Before.
It was from 30 years ago. Professor Dr. Knige called me. And after every year I go to look if I can. It's not in Pesach.
I know. But can I just ask you, Michael, the first time you went back, was it very hard for you? Was it very emotional? Because all the memories were coming back.
After we was in Buchenwald, after I was alone all the time, is a play for me.
Yeah.
I'm not problem. I take all easy.
Wow, it's amazing. It's incredible.
Maybe the Shume and the Shume.
And can I just ask, going back, after you were learning in Ponevezh, what did you do?
What I make?
Yeah.
Sales manager I was, 50 years.
And you've lived here in Bnei Brak all the time?
I live in Bnei Brak. For the first day, I live in Bnei Brak, but I arrived to Israel. And I worked 50 years in Tel Aviv, sales manager.
But you kept the kesher with Ponevezh.
Kesher. I learned 10 years in Ponevezh, not to fit.
Wow. So I just want to thank you. If I can just...
You find a parking place?
You gave me very good instructions.
Yeah.
Wow. So, Michael, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it's been...
If can this help what I tell you before, it is very good, because all the people, the Jewish people, I mean, forget from the Holocaust total.
So I'm very...
Why not remember so Tisha B'Av? 6 million never dead. Bet HaMikdash maybe 100,000, 200,000, that's all.
I hear what
and
you're
6
saying.
million never dead. In Varmoisa, in another place, if you take the Kines, 20 Jewish going. So 6 million. Not remember, not make nothing.
By you doing this video, by you telling your painful story and what happened to your family.
I make what I can to make, not more.
I know, but this will be, please God, many people will see, and your message will go out
I can go all the places after the corona, and I not take money to speak, nothing. Only take me and give me back. That's all.
Wonderful.
Good?
Sure.
Not money.
Well, Michael, Ponevezh has a very close kesher with South Africa, with the Jewish community.
I know.
And Rav Kahneman,
It is full Jewish from Lita go to South Africa before that.
before, that's where our grandparents came.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, really.
And I want to see what you make the finish, okay?
For sure, it's been
Cassetta.
it's been a great honor and a privilege.
Okay.
Tadara Barabai.
Drishat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Michael. Tadara Barabai.
And thank you, not the give. Okay,
It's
thank
a
you very
pleasure.
much. One no sugar is a good.
Here's a picture of you, Michael, lighting the candle. This was at Yad Vashem. In what year?
2002. 18 years ago.
And this was on Yom HaShoah.
Yom HaShoah, of course. 6 people make, and I was one for the 6. Every people, 4 million Jewish.
And that was televised throughout Israel on Yom HaShoah. Yeah. It's a great kavod, and I'm very glad that they asked you to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to